Hello and welcome back to Paranormal NL Podcast, located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. I'm your host and founder, Jen Noseworthy. Thank you for tuning in to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in Narlands and 105.3 FM on that Gulf. Watch and listen to PNL Podcast every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on uprntalkradio.com. For tonight's UPRN segment number 76, Paranormal Cryptid Creature Doodles special birthday event. That's right. Happy birthday to me and my crazy hat. I've got two special guests waiting backstage from Alberta, Canada and Ontario, Canada, who I'll bring on shortly. There may be some other surprise guests that might pop in on the birthday party tonight. You never know who you're going to see. Now, it's time to grab your favorite birthday party drink, a few birthday cupcake munchies, and your favorite family pet, and get ready for the show tonight. Paranormal NL Podcast is sponsored by the BOG Team. It's a boots-on-the-ground BOG team doing historical all kinds of weird investigations in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. If you find yourself coming back to the show and you like the content, smash that subscribe button. Gratitude, it all helps. Grab your PNL Podcast and BOG Team merch at TeePublic on our Linktree Paranormal NL Podcast. All BOG Team music heard in the intro and the exit is available for download and use on all social media and streaming music platforms. Now, watch PNL Podcast every Tuesday again at 5 p.m. Eastern on UPRN with a YouTube live chat watch party with me, your host, Jen, and a few BOG Team members. PNL Podcast believes in supporting international paranormal networking and highlighting global paranormal people, places, and things. Now, let's get on with the show tonight. I have on with me, all the way from Alberta, I've got Fylthy. Welcome, Fylthy. Now, Fylthy is from SOR, Spaced Out Radio, and he's a cartoon artist. So you're going to watch him draw some things with us as we move along here tonight. And welcome, co-host Kat Ward, all the way from Ontario. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for asking me.
Kat, should I say welcome back? Because you were previously on Paranormal NL Podcast, Season 2, Episode 18. And I want to say and give a shout out to Bryan Bowden from Third Eye Live, because I think that's how I found both of y'all. That's how I found Dirty Fylthy, a.k.a. Klaus, and Kat. Now, Kat was also on Season 2, Episode 18. And she, thank you very much, recommended PNL for UPRN. So we joined UPRN, and Kat came on in segment number 9. So welcome back.
Thank
Kat,
you.
for the folks listening who don't know who you are on the network around the world, tell folks who you are.
Well, my name's Kat Ward. I'm host of a show called Paranormal Heart. Paranormal Heart Podcast. I forgot the name of my show there for a second. I'm originally from New Brunswick, Canada, on the East Coast, and now I'm living in Ontario, Canada. And you can find the show. I have episodes released every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can find me on UPRN, YouTube, Podbean, all the platforms that you can find podcasts.
And Kat, I see you've done the Chat GPT challenge with a cartoon.
I had to.
Is that Boo in the picture with you?
That's Boo, yes.
Is Boo in the background here somewhere tonight?
No, Boo is actually just a caricature.
I thought that was your own cat. Because I know you mentioned the cat name earlier, but I thought, maybe she has a new pet.
No, I have a cat named Nuit, which is French for night, but he only knows his name as Kitty. He also goes by Little Effer, if you know what I mean.
Especially when it comes to cats, right?
And there's some people that call him Little Shitty instead of Kitty.
Now, Klaus, do you want to introduce yourself to the folks listening in UPRN all over the world here?
Hello, everyone in UPRN and all over the world. I'm Klaus. I usually go by my pen name, Fylthy. Or Dirty Fylthy. Hello, Dave, if you're listening. I draw cartoons on Spaced Out Radio sometimes during the week and on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And I was invited to this lovely show via, I was on with the lovely Sir Bryan Bowden, and I was recommended. And
Big shout out, to Bryan on Third Eye Live. He's I get a lot of guests actually from Bryan's show recommended through, and a big shout out to Mark Eddy. He does a lot of networking also. And Klaus or Dirty, what got you in? First of all, where did the name come from? Phil.
Okay, way back in the day, there was a video game called Diablo 2.
Oh, yes.
You play as a necromancer, and so I didn't know what to pick, so I picked a poison necromancer, and I went, I'll just use Filth, and the name Filth with an I was taken, so being, like 16 or whatever, I decided to be all super edgy, and I changed the I to a Y, and that worked. And then I just started using it as a pen name, and that's what I've kind of gone with ever since. I kind of Coca-Cola'd the brand for as long as I can remember now.
Love it.
It's just kind of what I've stuck with. And Dave added the dirty part to it.
Yeah, big shout out to Dave Scott from SOR Spaced Out Radio.
Dave.
I think I'm going on Dave's show. Is it later on this month? I want to say.
Nice.
End of the month.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
Dave.
This is a pre-record. I know we're doing a show for April, but there he is there. There's the man himself. Now, tell us about your space, what do you call them? Sprogs, your kitty cats.
Yes, the space Sprogs. Well, Mrs. Filth came up with the name Sprogs. I have no idea where she got that from. She just mentioned one day the cats are doing typical cat things, being jerks, and she's like, "Let's go, little Sprogs."
Yep.
And I went, "Hey, that's a great idea." And I decided to draw. I have an entire world of characters that I draw, and I needed to add some animals of some sort. So I thought, why don't I add some cats from space, which is also a book, which is ridiculously expensive because it was put out in, I think, like 1957 or something. And if I ever see it come down for less than $200, anyways, that's aside from the point.
Talking of books, you got your own book here, Cryptid Cartoons.
Yes, I recently published my second book in September, and I'm working on the third book, and I'm also working on a short comic as well. It's all available on Amazon. You'll have to just check it out under Klaus Meidner, Mydnar, because apparently you're not supposed to use your real last name for books because people are weird. And I've kind of found that out, that people are strange. Once I started to have a little more, I guess, notoriety, I've had people send me weird messages and stuff. And
I actually go by something else on Facebook too, because a lot of people use a different pen name, and now we know why, right, Kat? Have you ever had any weirdos reach out to you?
No, I've been really lucky, knock on wood, but you probably just jinxed it. So thanks.
I don't know. I think there's a couple of spirits around tonight. I've got my cat balls going off crazy over here in the windowsill, and I'm not touching the windowsill.
Yeah. Any snow today?
Oh, yeah. This whole week has been nuts. How about you guys up there? You've been getting much snow in Alberta and Ontario?
Not so much Alberta. It's actually been pretty warm the last little while. It's been melting. So that means we're just going to have a terrible second winter.
Right. Now, I see you're using, is that watercolor? Right?
Yes. I pencil everything out, and then I watercolor it after, and then I ink at the very end.
Nice. Loving it so far.
Yeah, I know. I've just been watching you. It's amazing.
Have you ever watched the show called Red Earth Uncovered, where they tell a story and they use sand to draw pictures?
No,
but I have seen sand artists before.
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely amazing. If you have the Canadian TV, go to APTN Network on Canadian TV, and you'll see that sand art there. It's really good. We've had a couple of people on. Actually, Bryan has been on Red Earth.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, and Ron Murphy, he's been on Red Earth Uncovered, and he's been here in Newfoundland doing episodes on fairies for Red Earth Uncovered.
In person?
Have you ever had any experiences with Fae, Kat?
No, sadly.
How about you, Klaus? Have you ever had any Fae stuff going on up in Alberta?
I have seen one fairy. I guess the best way I can explain it is, my cousin and I were sitting outside. This was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was facing my back door, or the back of my house, and he was sitting in front of me. We're just shooting a breeze, and out of nowhere, underneath the windowsill, the best way I can explain it is it looked like an old 6-inch GI Joe action figure type thing, and it had a glowing yellow color to it, and it just popped out of the wall, I guess, and it fell down behind this great big hosta that I have underneath my windowsill in my kitchen. And it was interesting because we both stopped talking, and I went, Johnson, I just seen a fairy. And he goes, I seen like a golden colored light, like I seen a yellow light like illuminate your face. And I just looked at him. I said, should we go look? He goes, no, we should just leave it alone. So we left it alone. And that's the story. And interestingly enough, Bryan Bowden has a picture of a golden fairy, yellow fairy with his daughter. And when he shared that on Facebook,
right.
That was the exact same color. And I'd never told anybody about that until I seen that picture. I went, I've seen that. And so, yes, that is my
wow.
experience.
Now, I've had Chucky Danger on from British Columbia.
I love Chucky.
And prayers to everybody in British Columbia with that accident that happened again. This is a pre-record. But he mentioned, I think, one time some little people, like around the size of the mushrooms and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think he even had a whole book written on it. Somebody wrote about it. But over here in Newfoundland, we have a lot of scary fae, like over in Bell Island. They're considered, well, we've got I want to say a postage stamp with some scary stuff on it, like the hag and all kinds of different things like that.
If I may be so bold, I could get you in touch with a very good friend of mine, Varla Ventura. She can come talk about the fae forever. She even gave me a copy of her book entitled Fairies, Pukas, and Changelings.
Oh,
excuse me. Which was she's really awesome. If you'd like, I could get you in contact with her.
Sure, that would be
pretty
fun.
cool. She lives in Minnesota, so her time difference is a little bit better than mine because you guys are like 3 days in the future, basically. 3 days and half an hour.
Especially all the way out here.
In half an hour,
in Newfoundland. Oh my gosh. People always ask me, like, what's up with the extra 30 minutes? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just, we're way out in the middle of the Atlantic over by where it is.
Newfies are guys do daylight savings time?
And it went down. The what now?
Do you do daylight savings time out there?
Oh, yeah, we do. Yep.
Oh.
So right now it's like 7:41.
Jeez.
And Newfies are a different breed. That's why half hour.
That's right. But we get to celebrate New Year's twice, though. Once in Newfoundland and again over in Labrador, right? NL.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm liking the picture.
So, Jen, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jen.
Muchas gracias. Yes. I have a little bit of a weird accent because I lived in Texas for so long. So I'm looking at the picture.
I know. It's.
Oh, there's a sprog in there. There's a kitty in there.
This is Whiskey flying her UFO.
I love it.
She's the remaining sergeant of the space frogs because the other space frog sergeant Blob, she went to the supervisor lounge last March.
Oh,
still kills me. I miss that cat every day.
I know. I have an orange kitty I miss so much. Yeah.
Me too. I lost my orange Sam cat in December. He was 18.
Oh, it's not easy, is it?
It never is, no.
But you got to have the animals, man. You gotta have the animals: dogs, cats, werewolves, Bigfoot, whatever.
I want a werewolf. I want one. That's my favorite cryptid.
I was just gonna ask you, Kat. Do you talk about werewolves sometimes, right?
Sometimes, yeah. That's
so. You ever have anybody on the show who experienced any werewolves in Ontario?
No, I did when I first started the show. Oh, is it 7 or 8 years now? I can't remember. Oh my God. So in the beginning, I had a lady who had an encounter with a dog man, and she wrote a book, and I had her on the show, and we discussed that encounter, and but I haven't talked to anyone who's seen them in Ontario. But so the team that I was with for investigating Canadian Supernatural Research Society, we were doing one time in Quebec an interview for a potential client. So, you go and talk to the people before you do the investigation and find out what's going on and everything. And the woman told me that her husband was a loup-garou from the mountains. And I'm just like, what? His whole clan apparently are loup-garou, which is my favorite all-time cryptid ever since Scooby-Doo. So many years
Everybody
ago.
loves Scooby-Doo.
I know, right? Yeah. And I was just like, what? Never did get a chance to talk to him further about it. And I kick myself now because that would have been very interesting.
Yes, definitely. I know we've got a lot of different things over here, like the Wendigo and a lot of, I guess I can pull up, I think I have a cartoon here. Let's see, I can pull this up. Some of the different things that we have. I don't know if you can really see in here, but we talked about one of them, the Fae. I've got that came up on top of the pony because they say here that in the Newfoundland ponies, they like to braid their hair.
Oh.
The Fae? Yeah.
Do you have good Fae over there on the rock too, or is it just the nasty ones?
Some people say in the fairy tree circle, they're supposed to be good, but most people talk about bad experiences because you're not even supposed to say, if you say where the fairy tree circle is, they'll take you away.
Yeah.
Right? You're not supposed to tell anybody where it's at.
It's like whistling the Northern Lights.
Well, that's why you got to carry breadcrumbs in your pockets or something like that so they don't carry you away. The Northern Lights, yeah, you have a lot of those on the go.
The thing about breadcrumbs is what happened when Hansel and Gretel followed the breadcrumb trail. They went to a witch's house that tried to put them in a pot and eat them.
Yeah.
You don't want to get any of that happen to you here. I know that they keep telling us when we do investigations, don't go in the woods. The woods are haunted. The woods are cursed. So it's like, okay, I'm not going in the woods.
No
Do you ever
kidding.
find that with your cat when you go out doing investigations? Did it say anything strange about the woods when you were out?
Talking to me, sorry?
Yeah, like you were with, I don't think you mentioned, you touched on it a little bit, the investigation crew who you were with that you founded.
Yeah, Canadian Supernatural Research Society. I say I was with them because I haven't investigated with them in a few years, just because my schedule doesn't seem to coincide with the teams, and so they go and do their voodoo. But apparently they haven't investigated much either. Just everybody gets busy, real life gets in the way sometimes.
Tell us about some of the spooky haunted hotel stuff.
Nothing really like the one that I work at, you mean?
Yeah, or even some that other people have had. Hello, I think we have somebody join. Looks
Hello.
like it's Jonathan. Welcome. Are you bringing one of the kitty cats? He's from the BOG team.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Hi, John.
I think he's got himself muted. Yeah. I'm going to take him off stage for a quick minute. There he is. Oh, hold on one second. Yeah, no, go ahead, Kat.
No, I'd like to mention, so we lived in Wainwright, Alberta for 3 years. And yeah, so it's okay.
My folks lived in Alberta too. Yay,
yeah,
Alberta.
So there was this beautiful building. It was the Wainwright Hotel. It was built in the early 1900s. It had a nasty fire. Then they rebuilt it with continuous poured concrete. And back in the day, that was like, I can't even imagine the logistical headaches they had trying to bring that to the little town of Wainwright. So they rebuilt the hotel, and now it's gutted. It's not anything anymore. You can have weddings and things like that, but they used to have Wainwright Haunted House every cute kitty every Halloween. And
2 cats just joined.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sorry, Kat.
It's okay.
So there was a gargoyle.
Yes, he's not
We were
cooperative.
talking about a gargoyle.
I think that's his cat's name.
Yeah, that's him. He's
There he
slowly.
is. I used to have a cat something like that. This all gray, right?
Yeah, he's a nice Russian blue and super soft and a pain in the arse.
I'm gonna get hubby to bring over my my little effer, Kitty.
Now over here on the side, we've got that looks like Winston. He likes to do cat tarot.
Oh, look at the face.
So cute. Yes, you know what, Klaus? That cat looks exactly like the cat I used to have when I lived in Newfoundland before I moved to Texas. Now Kat's got her kitty on screen.
Hey,
Hello.
say hi. Say
hi. Hello.
Oh, Scrogs.
He's not happy right now. We found out in December that he was diabetic. So it's in another 40 minutes. It's time for him to have his insulin, and then he gets fed.
Hashtag diabetes sucks.
No kidding. Yeah. Yeah. So he went from being, because he's very food motivated, and he was 19 pounds.
Oh wow.
Because we have a dog as well, and the dog would eat the cat food, the cat would eat the dog's food. It's just like, stop. So it's like, what are you guys doing? So when we found out they had diabetes, she said, you have to feed him every 12 hours. And it's like, no cat treats, no, like, she says, no, just his food. It's just like, oh my God. So he's getting better at it now. He actually starts to know when it's getting close to feeding time because he gets his insulin. And then in the evenings, we have to take his readings, and it's finally starting to come down. We're trying to figure out the levels right now, how much insulin to give him. And the other day, the best reading was like 13.2, which was the best. It wasn't the 20 before. So apparently,
and are you poking his little pads on his feet for?
No, we do it on his ear.
On his ear. Oh, that sounds so painful.
Well, we figured that if we do it on the pads of his feet and he scratches in the litter box, I just didn't want him to get
infected.
Exactly, yeah. So then we'd have to deal with that too. But
our little porker here is on top of the TV. Well, he's got his own TV, but that's him down there on the left. The new kitty, she's actually hanging out with me in the kitchen. Whoops. I've got so many different things on the screen here.
I give the cats snacks at the end of the show when I draw with Dave on the weekends.
Nice.
On the weekdays, so Dave always tells me to give them an extra snack, so they get an extra snack. And Mrs. Filth claims that I spoil them, but I definitely do not spoil them.
Klaus, how do you separate them in the morning when you're giving them breakfast? Is it a free-for-all, or what do you do?
No, the boys are well trained, and Whiskey's a grumpy old bag, so it's all good. Because the gargoyle's a gray, he's Russian blue, and then the gremlin is orange, and then Whiskey's a long-haired barn cat, and we call her Whiskey because when she meows, it sounds like she's been smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey all day.
Meow.
And but we feed them. Actually, we feed them raw meat. They're all farm cats. We got them from farms.
Nice.
So they're used to eating raw meat. So we have Chantal goes out and buys big bricks of raw meat from the local cat place, and portions them out, and that's what we give them. And I just portion little bowls for them, and they all eat nicely, and everyone gets along.
Ours, the one that's on the screen there, he loves those freeze-dried chicken treats. He goes nuts for those. And unfortunately, he loves McDonald's chicken nuggets.
I used to have a cat that loved Big Mac sauce.
Oh, really? That's weird. Okay. What's another weird thing your cat likes?
Not really. Well, he likes so Kitty, he likes, we can't feed it to him anymore, but he loves snap peas, oranges, strawberries, Like, he's the most non-cat cat I've ever had, and I've had a lot of cats in my life. I mean, when we first got him as a kitten at the shelter in Lloydminster in Alberta, shout out to the SPCA, Lloydminster. We got him as a kitten, and close to Christmas time. And so they always say, if you don't want your cat playing in the tree or climbing it, hang citrus fruit. So I would slice lemons, and it's worked with all the other cats. This weirdo likes lemons. He was licking them, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not, it's supposed to deter you. And he'd still climb the tree. Yeah, it was so like I said, the most non-cat cat I've ever had.
No, our orange cat was afraid of bananas, and all I had to do was, if he was somewhere where he wasn't supposed to do, I would just lay a banana on the table, and he'd be like, nope, I'm leaving.
That's funny. You see a lot of videos with cats that don't like cucumbers. They turn around, their human put a cucumber behind them, and they turn around, and I've never tried that with my cats.
I'm afraid too, because it'd probably land on the counter somewhere and break something.
My gargoyle's a water cat.
Oh no. Does he tip over all the bowls and stuff?
No, but he likes sprinklers, and when I have a shower, if I don't let him in, because he'll sit there and whine at the door forever.
Oh, that's
so I have
hilarious.
to let him in, and he sits on the side of the tub, and I have to soggy up his tail.
Really?
There's just no way around it. I have to.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
My dad had a friend who had a cat that absolutely loved water. He'd go into the shower with him. Whenever he'd go on his Zodiac in the water, the cat would go with him. And he liked peanuts, and it's just really weird, like in the shell. It's so weird. So my dad asked him one day, what's the little bugger's name? And he goes, that's it. He goes, that's it. That's a weird name. He goes, no, little bugger, LB for short. It's just like...
Well, I actually had a cat that I did travel nursing with. He was a Siamese, and that was his name, Booger, because he would get into everything. He was so smart. He could open up the cupboards, any kind of door he could open. He could turn lights on and off. Like when he wanted to go to bed, he would jump up and turn the light off. Very smart little kitty. He would get into everything.
Well, Kitty, it's so funny because when we were in Alberta, I had a huge kitchen, and I was doing something one day and had the kitchen door open, as you do when you're cooking and stuff like that. And then I went to open it again a few minutes later to get something else, and out comes Kitty. And I was just like, he jumped in the fridge. He loves jumping in the fridge. So now, ever since then, well, that's where the food is, and he's food motivated.
Oh, okay.
Please check for cat.
Yeah.
That makes me think of the meme, check for the cat arm before you close the door of the fridge.
Got his little arm in there.
Right, yeah. Our orange cat used to do that, get in the fridge when he was acting out, and he'd close the fridge on him, and he would stay in there, and he'd be like, okay, I'm going to come out now.
That's funny.
I have an accomplice that she turns all my characters into plushies, like my little dog down here.
I was going to ask you about that. I saw the plushie.
That's awesome.
It's a little dog man.
This
is the prototype for them. But the gargoyle absolutely loves her. And whenever Fox comes on, because she comes over Saturdays and watches the chat room for me, and he'll sit in her lap, and then of course she gets covered in cat hair. And she's told me last week that she works construction, and she opened up a brand new package of Mr. Clean Magic erasers. Sorry if we can't say brand names on TV, but that's what she opened, and she goes, there was gargoyle hair inside the package. You go, yes, that was about right.
Oh, that's funny.
I had a friend, my best friend back in New Brunswick, and the cat that she had at the time, it was a long-haired cat, and it was shed like you wouldn't believe, and she'd open the fridge, and fluffs of fur would come out, and she's a neat freak, and it drove her nuts.
That's the thing about cats, right? Fur everywhere. This is Winston. He unfortunately has one tooth left, canine. I don't know what happened, but the vet said it's hereditary or something. That sometimes a lot of cats that happen. So he's got one tooth left. His new sister, she's got all of her canines, so he kind of, doesn't get too close to her.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's like a little redneck cat.
Food.
Right, yeah. He plays hockey. He's Canadian.
Lost all his teeth in hockey fights.
Yeah,
that's right. Have you guys been watching the Olympics or following it?
No.
No, I haven't really.
I don't have a TV. My TV plays my Super Nintendo. That's about it.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Aged myself a little bit.
I was going to say something about the gremlin, the orange boy. Oh, you had mentioned one of your cats was that gargoyle gets into the water. Our orange cat, or heavenly orange cat, was obsessed with water. We actually had to get him a dog bowl, and he would hold on to it like this, so he wouldn't tip it over. And this new one, well, she kind of looks like this one on screen, Tuna. She's smaller, but she's obsessed with the water fountain. She will only drink out of that. She won't drink out of anything else.
Huh.
Yeah.
Kitty
But the
loves
one on
ice
the
cream.
bed here, he won't drink out of the water fountain. He's like, no, I don't know what that is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It makes too much noise.
Right. Actually, no, this one is super duper quiet. It's even not even like an aquarium.
Yeah, we had one too, and the cats wouldn't use it.
They wouldn't use it. Do either one of you have an aquarium?
I
used to.
have an aquarium, and the cats don't seem to even really care or bother with it. However, just like plants, I got about 1 million plants in the house.
Oh, I was going to
Anytime
ask
we
you
bring
about your
something new in,
plants. Yeah.
Every time I bring something new in, a new plants or anything, I put it down. I let the cats investigate it. They get bored of it, and then they go beat each other up.
So they don't try to chew on it?
No, I've never had any problems with the cats and plants because we just let them see what's there, and then they know what it is, and they don't seem to really care too much. I think the good part is that we got them both the boys at the same time, and Whiskey and Blob, we had them at the same time, so they spent more time just pestering each other than anything else. And for the fact that the gremlin, for being an orange boy, he's pretty big, not like fat, but I think he's got dark matter inside of him. He's a heavy cat. He doesn't understand how big he is.
Get big though, right? That is normal, I think, because when we brought ours to the vet was like, "That's a big cat." I was like, he said, "Are you sure it's not mixed?" I said, he was from SPCA in Texas, and I think he might have been mixed with an ocelot. I'm not quite sure.
Oh,
but the vet said he was big. I think he was bigger than normal. Like even his canines, everything were bigger. Yeah. I love
the size disparity is hilarious.
Tell us about your calendars there.
Oh yes, I did calendars as well. I do one every year, and what I do is actually got one here. It's from 2025. Let me just reach over my giant pile of artwork that I have here. It's just out of control. This was from 2025. And so I do nice. Of course it's all glossy. I do a different drawing for each month. There's the California Nightcrawler and his girlfriend. There's some aliens in a rabbit costumes. Yeah. Alien in showers, bees for May. And what I do for the
Mothman
for the dates, I put little Mothman and Bigfoot having slushies outside.
Oh, I love
saying, "Hey, you were right, big guy. Should have went with the slushie. My ice cream is a mess." Sorry about the glare. But what I do is I take UFO and Bigfoot or cryptid dates and weird things, and I put them in here as little redacted type.
I love that.
Dates and everything.
Cool. So, yes. Love that.
Do you have a calendar for this year?
I do. They're on lulu.com.
Lulu. Okay.
Yes. And if you just plug in cryptid cartoon calendars, they're available there. It's a little bit late to get them now, but I guess you probably could if you want the art. But
well, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just buy the calendar and frame the art. I used to do that with, I think it was Kim Anderson, like many years ago when she was popular. But yeah, done it before with other calendars too.
Yeah, I decided to do them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say you're getting some colors in there now.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it all inked up and everything.
Nice.
I admire anyone who can draw. My God, I have a hard time doing stick figures.
All right, my teachers used to get so mad at me because I would doodle on the back of my exams. I would have like all kinds of stuff all over the back of them, and mostly cartoons.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All my teachers were like, "You're never going to do anything with all that cartoons." I'm like, well, now I've published a bunch of books, and I get to hang out with people and enjoy my artwork. And there's people. I've actually got art. I got art all over weird places. I got art in like South Korea and Australia and New Zealand.
Cool.
stuff that I've sent to people and art, like people that have bought books. And yeah. And actually, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Skinwalker Ranch, right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of Skinwalker. Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon Fugel's a pretty big fan of my art. And
Nice.
I draw
Oh.
cartoons about the ranch every year, and I send him, I frame them up and I mail them to him. So he's probably got about like 20 some odd drawings.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Cool. He
Yeah,
sent me a
that-
Skinwalker Ranch t-shirt once, which is
Did he really?
That's nice.
Shout out to
Yes.
Brandon. We'd love to have you on Paranormal NL podcast. Reach out.
he's an awesome guy. Super busy, but he
yeah.
he collects books as well. I know he's a big book
Does he?
collector. He has a first edition Alice in Wonderland, if I remember correctly. He shared that at the
Wow.
house one time.
Mm.
And anyway, he sent me a copy of the Skinwalker. I can't remember the name of the book right off by hand, but the Skinwalker Ranch book by George Knapp and Colm Keller. And he
Right.
signed it and everything. And I could tell that he had read the book because it was pretty well used. And for someone that likes books to give away a book, that's pretty. Oops, I'm a little bit blurry here. That's pretty cool for someone to do that, because
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
deal,
I like books and I don't think I'd want to give mine away.
right? I know one time I went to go visit my brother, and I don't know, I guess he was working on some work upstairs, and I got into his library, and I took a couple of books home with me on the airplane.
Oh, no.
And he was like, "Hey, where did my book so-and-so go?" I said, "Oh, sorry, I lifted it. I used it on the airplane."
Did you ever
It's
give
in
them
good
back?
hands.
I think it was Eric von Daniken. You know, the first one.
He just passed away recently, if I remember
He
correctly.
did. Yeah. There's interesting books that he got out.
Well, at least we still have Grant Cameron, the legendary Grant Cameron.
Right? Now, you were talking about your cat was carnivorous. I remember when I was a little kid, my dad worked at this animal feed plant where he made feed. In fact, he worked in Alberta there for a while making animal feed for a lot of different farms. When I was a little kid here in Newfoundland, they used to keep kittens and cats, right? Because they would go after the mice so that way they wouldn't get into the animal feed that they were storing.
Makes sense. Yep.
And I thought, oh, how cute. I'll go and follow the cats, you know, as a kid. And he was like, oh, yeah, you can go out and in the warehouse and look at the kitties. And I saw this cat run after, catch a mouse, and just eat its head. And I was so grossed out after that. I was like, no, Daddy, I'm not going back out there in the warehouse, right? I mean, what a thing for a child to see.
I have to mention, so when we lived in New Brunswick, Jim and I were married and we had our first child, and I was looking outside the living room and there was a squirrel. I swear he was looking at me and he was just chowing down on a bird. I was disturbed because I
crunching the bones, right?
Yeah, but it looked like he was looking at me, and it's like, oh my! So I called the Department of
You're next, yeah.
Yeah. So I called the Department of Natural Resources just to say, hey, like, is there something wrong? Like, is it a diseased squirrel? And he says, no, squirrels are opportunists. They will eat anything if they're hungry. So it was probably a bird that passed already, and he was hungry and he decided to eat it. I'm like, yeah, but did he have to watch me through the window while he was doing it? It was
how horror films start.
It was creepy.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, you never know what you're going to see out in the woods or whatnot, right? In Canada, we got lots of critters running around.
Well, there's a lot of them. Actually, I was going to say something about Bigfoot, but I remembered a good friend of mine. I've known her since we were probably 15, 16. When she lived in a place called Star, Alberta, her and her sister were at home, and her mom went to town. It was just her and her sister there, nobody else. They're out in the middle of nowhere. Star is basically like 5 buildings, and she heard this massive crash on the side of the building, and her and her sister went and looked out the front window, and she said that there was an albino Sasquatch and a baby Sasquatch walking down their driveway.
Oh my gosh.
And I had known her since, like I said, since we were 15, 16. And she'd never really told me that until I kind of started talking about, I was getting more into cryptids.
The paranormal and cryptids.
Yeah.
And she goes, you might not believe me, but this is what happened. I went, well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and obviously a lot of people don't like to talk about it because "Oh, you must be crazy or something." So yeah, she told me about that, and I didn't really believe it at the time. I said, oh, I've never heard of an albino Sasquatch. And then the more I started listening to them or stories about them, I started to hear one or two every once in a while. You'd hear about it, and then I was like, okay, there might be something to this. So
makes sense. I mean, maybe they
change
their coats, kind of like our hair do, because we see it often. Like out of my oh gosh, in the driveway, we'll see like a white rabbit for winter, and you know the fox change colors, the seals change colors, right? So who's to say Bigfoot can't change colors too?
It would help. I mean, Alberta has a lot of woodlands and everything, but kind of where Star is more fields and everything. So I'm not an expert by any means, and I couldn't have any speculation.
Koi wolves are quite popular nowadays too. I know we were talking about wolves. Well, when I lived down in South Texas, I was going to work one day, and the area that I had to go to was you had to drive through this really grassy field, and the grass was pretty tall. It kind of makes you think of, don't go in the tall grass like Jurassic Park, right? Both sides. So something popped out on the side of the road and just did deer in the headlights. And I was like, hey, this is not your regular wolf, or it's not a coyote, because the legs were spindly, but the body was huge, like not regular dog, So I was thinking, could that have been a coy wolf I saw? Because he like looked dead in my eyes and just vanished within a second. It was gone.
When that stuff happens,
what?
When that stuff happens, people always say, well, how come you didn't take a picture? But you're not really
expecting it. Let me reach into my purse and get my flip phone.
You don't have a flip phone, do you?
It was a razor phone back in the day, right? Remember those?
Oh yeah, that was my first phone.
But I love those because they fit perfectly in your pocket or your purse, right?
Yeah, but I hated all my friends had smartphones, and I had this flip phone, and they were texting me, and it's such a pain to try and text people on a flip phone.
Oh, I know, right? Some people had the slide out ones, and they'd use both of their thumbs or something like that. One of the old ones, right?
Still have my old Nokia flip phone thing.
Do you really?
Wow. Back in it's a big brick. I opened it up and I have to charge it. I opened it up to look at it, and I never actually could find the charger. So one of these days I'll look for it. I just want to see what kind of pictures and stuff I got on there.
Yeah. I still have, I think, all of my old phones. I have to charge them and see what's on there.
Mostly because I want to see all the animals. All my phone's just full of cat pictures and cartoons.
Me too.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep. Cat stuff, paranormal stuff. That's about it. And my phone keeps telling me you're running out of space. So every week I'm like, I post all my stuff on Instagram, and then I'm like, delete, right? And then every time I take too many pictures, my phone is like, I'm having a hernia. Delete something.
It's too funny.
I see some more.
I get that problem.
Blue. Is that blue?
Yeah. What are you drawing now?
This is going to be, she doesn't know it yet, but I'm making this for Mrs. Filth. It's a cartoon of the Sprog gremlin.
Awesome.
Nice. Love it.
I love that.
He's just hanging out in the, she's awesome. Yeah, he's just hanging out in the field somewhere. And I put 2 daisies in here because you got to throw some daisies in once in a while.
Everybody loves daisies, right?
I love Gerber daisies.
Oh, me too.
But
actually, go ahead.
I have a black thumb of death. I literally, no, seriously, my husband and my kids, they have green thumbs. I kill plants. I'll tell you about 2 instances. A few years ago, my husband texted me, hey, you're at Walmart. Can you pick me up a plant? Something really cool for my office. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So it was this really cool cactus shaped like a fan. So I sent him a picture. He goes, yeah, that's really cool. I'm like, okay, great. So the kids are with me. I go to the checkout, and I noticed that there's a little bit of black on the top, and I thought, oh, okay, well, whatever. By the time I get home, it was liquefying. It was dying. And it's just like, so then Jim and his buddy came over, and his buddy's like, is that the same plant, the picture that you sent? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what the hell did you do to it? I'm like, I just touched it.
What did you do to it?
Yeah. And then my husband bought me his beautiful Gerber daisies, and I had them next to me. And it's usually a family rule that mom does not touch the plants. I can water and just don't physically touch them. And then all of a sudden, my husband's like, "What'd you do to the Gerber daisy?" And my daughter's like, "You touched it, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" Because it died right down to the roots.
Oh no.
That's my superpower, I guess.
You know, one of my good friends gave me this really weird plant I've never seen before in my life. It's called an amaryllis, but my favorite flower is hibiscus. So this thing had a wax root ball. You don't have to water it or anything. So it grew, it sprouted its plant. I thought, okay, it's going to shrivel up and die now, right? I even looked up, what do I do with the bulb? Like, how do I plant it and all that? And then, you know, I just kind of ignored it. And then all of a sudden, I looked and I was like, oh my God, it's growing another thing growing out of it. And 2 more flowers came out. So yeah, that thing is just like the never ending bunny over there. And I haven't watered it since I got it in December.
Wow.
Yeah, some plants thrive on neglect.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you ever left an onion and forgot about it and then it started growing like green onion. Yeah.
Garlic is famous for that too.
We have a rutabaga right now that we bought, and first time I moved to Ontario, I was wondering, why is this rutabaga, or we call them turnips in New Brunswick, but it's a rutabaga because turnips are smaller. So it's like, what is this? Is it bad? No, they coat them in wax. I don't know if they do that in the
yeah, sometimes they do.
Okay, yeah, all of them are coated in wax. So we just had it on the counter. We're supposed to use it for, I can't remember what. It's sprouting. I'll have to take a picture and post it. It's just like it looks like he's growing hair. I got to put googly eyes on him there pretty soon. It's just like,
oh no, kind of like when a potato grows eyes, right?
Yeah.
Or carrots with legs.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to grow? Nod, nod, wink, wink.
My favorite plant to grow is the purple passion plant.
Really? What does that look like? Besides purple?
It's like green. It's a dark green, but it has like really fine purple hairs on it. And so when the light hits it just right, it looks like velvet purple.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And you can trim them back and have them more bush-like, or you can let them get leggy and they'll be vine, kind of like a vine. The one in Mrs. Phil's sewing room is really leggy and viney. I keep bugging her. I'm like, lover, you have to trim it back. She's like, nope, not doing it, sugar. And it actually is surviving pretty good. I got a clipping from my adopted dad a bunch of years ago. And once it gets a little bit long, I always trim pieces off and I root them and I give them to my friends. I have one friend of mine. He's got an entire table and a wall unit full of plants that I've given him over time.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite things to do is gift plants to people.
When you first started describing it and said it was green, I'm like, of course it's green, and they call it purple. Why not?
Have you ever used a cattery outside?
Oh, there was one in Wainwright. That was really cool. At first, I was like, what is that? Yeah, they had a cattery.
Sorry about that. I had a visitor come and join us.
Saw the bum view there.
Yes, and the new baby, she's kind of doesn't know laptop etiquette yet. Mommy's
all cats are famous for not caring about personal space, right?
Right.
Well, it's like Justin. It's like Justin Cancelleri and Eric Skriback from Paratruth Reborn. Eric has, he had 2 black cats that were brothers. He has one now, but one of them would walk by and you'd see the little tail just, or looking at the laptop, just, it's so funny.
And that's all you would see, right? Just the tail.
Yeah.
Let me see, Kat. I'm going to pull up your link tree. Do you want to start giving? I'll take this off, and we can start giving some shout outs on where people can find y'all. Let's get your link tree.
I haven't worked on my link tree in a while. I apologize.
There. Looks like I got it.
There it is. Yeah. good old Tommy Cullum from Let's Get Freaky podcast. He's an amazing guy over in the UK. I was on his show a couple times, and he was on mine.
I love Tommy. He's
I
so
know.
amazing. Shout out Tommy Cullum.
Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah. He
have you been on his show yet? If not, we got to hook you up with him.
Oh yeah. Over in the UK. He's amazing. And it's so funny. I'm a skeptic, but I'm a believer too. So Tommy, he's like, I believe everything. Everybody that tells me that, I believe it all. It's just like, yeah. So, he's an amazing guy.
So where can people find you, and what time is your show on, Kat?
I don't have a website yet, but my email is paranormalheart13@gmail.com. So if you want to be on the show, you have guest or topic suggestions, or you just want to say hello, or you just want to tell me about any paranormal encounters that you've had and you don't want to be on the show, paranormalheart13@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. The show is every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on UPRN, on the same network that we are on, as well as YouTube, Podbean, iHeart, like everywhere that you can find your podcast. So Paranormal Heart Podcast.
Everybody check out Kat Ward. You're going to love her content over on UPRN, United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans and 105.3 FM on that Gulf. Check her out.
And thank you, Joe and Michelle, who runs the network.
Yeah. Shout out to Michelle and Joe.
Hi, Michelle and Joe.
I'm going to throw Kat's picture up here again. Kat Ward, Paranormal Heart Podcast. And let me pull up a screen for Mr. Filth. Oh, since we're talking about Bryan asked me to ask you about your dungeon.
Bryan.
And what's Jim's safe word? Is it pineapple?
There'll be more.
Uncle Bryan. Oh, God. He's so funny. No, I don't have one.
He keeps telling everybody you got a dungeon downstairs.
I know. Or I love Kraken spiced rum. We can't get it in Canada anymore. It's my favorite. And him and I, a few years ago, we were talking about, different rums that we like. And now he's always like, yeah, Kat's always into the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
That's funny. Looks like John is showing Tuna off.
Hi, Tuna.
She's the new one. The little lanky, crazy girl. When she runs, it sounds like she got sneakers on her feet.
Oh.
And your kitty's going to need a diabetes check soon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We have time, though. He doesn't want to look in the camera. He's shy. He's camera shy. He's like, no, you're not feeding me yet.
That handsome fella.
Yeah. My daughter and I jokingly say he's a dragon because, like I mentioned earlier, he's the most non-cat cat we've had. And my friend Katie Turner, who is the lead and the founder of CSRS, when she first came over, she looked at, she's a gifted medium. It's amazing. She looked at the cat. She goes, that's not a cat. I'm like, right? He's just in cat form and he won't tell us what he really is. So,
Phil, do you want to give a shout out to where people can find you and what time and everything?
Yes. I'm often on Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. The show starts at 9 p.m. Pacific time, Monday to Friday. And I'm on at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard or 2 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays. And I do a show just called Cryptid Cartoons with Dirty Filth. And I draw cartoons and yell at my cats. And my website is fylthy.com, FYLTHY.com. And my all my email and social media is there. I mostly post my stuff on X, which is @filth1. Yes.
Well, thanks so much, both of y'all, for coming on the show tonight. I really enjoyed
so much.
having both of y'all on. And the kitty cats looks like they've already started their party tonight with the toys in the hall. That's a nightly thing.
Toys in the Hall. Is that a new Kids in the Hall starring all cats?
Something like that, right? So tell us more about your picture that you're doing there.
This one is this is going to be the gremlin so far. With his space frog uniform on.
With his space frog uniform. Cute.
Yes, it keeps them warm in space.
Yeah, look for Dirty Filth's books, and you can find them on Amazon. You want to tell people more about your books?
Yes, my books are available on Amazon. It's called Cryptid Cartoons. There's Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I use my author's name is Klaus Meidner. But if you just type in Cryptid Cartoons Volume 1 or Volume 2, it's pretty much the first thing that comes up.
Perfect. Well, thanks again so much, both of y'all, for being on the show tonight.
Bonne fête, ma belle amie. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. And we're going to leave you tonight with a little bit of, let's see, some 80s BOG Team metal music. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Here we go.
Where the whispers start, ghostly figures in the